Got a dream in a tear last night. Watched the world fade out of sight. Seen the ghosts of time preside. Eagles soared and falcons cried. Sleeping phoenix on a rise. Abundance and strange disguise.
Hello and welcome to Phoenix Rising. Well, it's a nice time of the year. It's beautiful here in Ibiza. And spring is around the corner. It's right there in front of us. And the spring equinox, and I'm going to share with you some thoughts on the spring equinox coming up. But really first I just want to let you know I'm going to be in Rimini this coming weekend for Radical Transformation. And it's been a long time since I've been in Italy. I'm really looking forward to going back and teaching there. So many people that I know there that I have a connection to, and it's, as I said, it's been a while. So if you're near Rimini, Italy, on Friday, I'm going to be giving a public lecture and Radical Transformation on the weekend. And I hope to see all my old friends there and new. And as I said, we've got a special for you, so just hold on. It's coming up next. Well, as I mentioned, I have some comments for you about the nature of the equinox. The equinox, the solstices, these are really significant events. So much of our world, our civilization has moved into other ways in which we create and celebrate the festivals that we have. But the ancient world really functioned on equinoxes and solstices, and they were really a key. It's also something very beautiful within the rave mandala itself. Because when the sun enters into the 25th gate, and this is in the 25th gate in the second line, we enter into the time of the equinox, that its opposition is the 46th gate. And if we look at that as a cross, we're looking at the cross of the vessel of love. And the cross of the vessel of love divides the wheel not just simply into four parts, but it divides the wheel into four seasons. The sun as it is now in the 25, we have spring, and we have the spring equinox. When we enter into the 15th gate, we have the summer solstice. And when we go to the 46th gate, we have the autumnal equinox. And when it gets to the top of the wheel in the 10th gate, then we're going to have the winter solstice. So the vessel of love is something fascinating because it's also deeply connected to the seasons and the way in which life flows. When we come to our time now, the opening of the spring equinox with the sun in the 25th gate, we have the sun in the gate of innocence. This opening up to the possibility of initiation itself, that 25 pointed at the 51. It is all about renewal, and it is all about fresh beginnings, if you will. But it is something really important to grasp about any time that you're dealing with these points of the seasons. We're dealing with the vessel of love. And we're dealing with the possibility of communion and connection to each other. Springtime and the spring equinox particularly was a time in which, in traditional eras, it was a preparation for the hard work to come. That is the work of the land, being able to deal with it and work with it and ultimately be able to have what one needs for nourishment and hopefully for trade or sale. It was a time to make sure that your bonds were there, and it was a time to celebrate. You know, there are many, many celebrations. My favorite is one that is here on the island of Ibiza, from the village of San Juan, where I spent so many years. The tradition of spring is the setting of bonfires and the leaping over the fires. It's really what this time is about. It's the coming of the strength of the sun. It is the broadening of the light in our lives. And it's time for things to grow. All right, hello and welcome to your weekly neutrino forecast and to equinox week. So we enter into an interesting week. Beware. So interesting about the transit of the nodes, you got the south node that is sitting there in the 12th gate and it's aligning to Mars that is in the 22nd gate. And of course, the 1222 is the channel of a social being or an antisocial being. It's also a very romantic channel. And romance, in a sense, is really one of the themes that we're going to have. As a matter of fact, when Mars moves out of the 22, after the romantic period ends, we end into a period that is full of desire. We're going to have Venus in the 30th gate. We're going to have Mars in the 36th gate. So desire is something that's going to be very, very much a part of what this week is all about. Beware of that kind of energy because it's a very, very powerful energy. And at the same time, we have Uranus in the 25th gate in the third line. Now, that actually began last week, but it's something that really needs attention paid to. It's a fascinating line, that third line. It really allows for the, survival no matter whether one has to deal with failure or not. And it means that the theme of failure is very much a part of the energy that is coming from that activation. So it's something really to keep in mind about, the power of intimacy in this week, of desire in this week. The spring equinox is traditionally about bonding and working together. Be very careful about the relationships that you enter into this week. It's always a matter of strategy and authority, after all. Most important decision that you make, other than the decision of, operating correctly as yourself, are the decisions you make in relationship to anybody in your life. And it's not just about that special anybody, it's about anybody. You cannot engage in relationships if you do not enter into them correctly. They're not going to work for you. This is a week that will really, put a lot of people in positions where they get, excited about the potential of a relationship that'll burn out very, very quickly. These are desire themes that are there at a specific time, and this is what it brings out. Don't get lost. Operate according to your strategy and authority. Enter into relationships correctly as yourself and enjoy the weather. And from that position of enjoying the weather, you can watch the social chaos that activations like this will bring to the homogenized world. Enjoy the movie and enjoy your week. It looks solid, doesn't it? Seems to be. Seems to be rather settled in what it is. Oh, the illusion of form. The illusion of form. I love this expression. It's out of the New Age. And it has nothing to do with what they think it is. But I love the expression. Shape-shifting. It's a lovely expression, isn't it? This shape-shifting, this wonderful way in which the form can shift into what is a perfected construct. I teach it. I share it with all kinds of people all over the place. It's called primary health system, BHS. Every single human being is designed to take in nutrition uniquely. But it is simply not a matter of being, properly aligned to the needs of your brain system, your body. But understanding that the moment that you begin to nourish yourself according to what is your design, your form changes. And so does your life. Oh, I have seen it in so many beings. This sudden shifting in their form, the moment that they begin to align themselves to what's correct. These are not self-bodies. If you're not operating correctly, it's not just simply a matter that your mind is distorted. Your form is distorted. that form that you have, its fluidity, its flow, its gravity, its presence, all of these things. They're connected to the nature of your frequency. If you're not correct, the form is not correct. And obviously, we live in a world in which the fragility of the human form, paves the way for employment of hundreds of millions of health practitioners. Shape-shifting. You can change that form. And it's not something that you have to do, because you cannot do it. You can align yourself to what is correct nutrition and watch it happen. We are passenger consciousness. We are here to see. We are not here to be encumbered by the dilemmas of the form. We're not. It is why strategy and authority is always the key. Let your form navigate this plane. It's its life. And as a passenger, well, watch the movie.
Got a dream in a tear last night, watched the world fade out of sight. Seen the ghosts of time preside, eagles soared and falcons cried. Sleeping phoenix on a rise. Abundance and strange the sky.